Oh, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Concept Art Design in VR. I am your host, Seth Rutledge. That never gets old. Um, so today we are going to do another continuous. Yeah, I can talk. Another environment inspired by prompts from the Reckless deck. Um, the prompts I have pulled for today are Waterfall, Polar Glacier, Post-Apocalypse, and Dawn. Now, obviously, Dawn is not something I'm going to do too much of in here, but we'll keep that one in mind for when we go to Keyshot later to render. But the other three seem like a pretty cool kind of environment. So we're looking at like a nuclear winter, frozen waterfall with some elements that indicate a apocalyptic sort of event happening of some kind. And if we're staying true to the genre, something that looks kind of 20th century to represent that. So post-apocalypse meaning sort of now or near future, as opposed to like post-apocalypse after the Black Plague or post-apocalypse in Star Trek. But for first off, though, let's start with our basic environment of that waterfall and the polar part. And I'm really excited about this. I've actually not done a lot of snow scenes, and I think it could be kind of cool. So let's see what we get out of that. I'm gonna go. I do the same thing pretty much every time, so if you've been following along, this won't be a huge shock to you. But we're gonna grab a relatively flat stamp. See if I can find a different one this time. Let's use this scale. We're gonna grab a relatively flat stamp, and we're gonna use it to kind of lay in our environment. And we're going to do it at a very low res, just to give us sort of a sketch of what we're looking at. And what I'm thinking of is kind of a rocky pool area here like this. I'm going to have to, and then up. Like this here. And then our waterfall here, like that. And then fill it so we have rocks and stuff. Like that. Now, one of the things that I struggle with doing this is I want it to be relatively big, but I don't want to run out of polys. So this is like a small pool. I think we probably need to make it a bit bigger than this. Let's grab the move tool to alternate. So our inner radius fairly high, active layer only. Grab it and pull it out a bit, just to give us a bit more room to play with. And then the back side, I'm actually going to probably just And my intention is to sort of place the camera here like this and look at it this way. So I don't need to spend a lot of time on this side, but we'll probably add a bit more to it. I'm also going to leave out, I think, the water plane just to keep our polys down, and because I can add that super easily as just a plane. Although I might not, because if it's going to be snowy, it won't actually be water. So it depends how flat I want the ice to be. We'll see. But this is going to be our basic look for it. Let's give some flat areas out here. Let's see. Like I said, I'm really excited to do kind of an icy thing. I think it'd be neat to texture, and it's gonna be neat to model too. So So we're going to be like that. I kind of want human scale to be about like that. So we're looking at it down. This is feeling good to me. That's feeling good to me. Increase this out further. I'm probably going to drop it down in polys again. This side's going to be up like that. Down. On this side, we up like that. And down. So that would be where our water area, as it were, only it's going to be ice, would be in here. Fill in a bit more. Over here too. And I think we're going to drop the res on it even one more time, just to make everything very basic and blobby, which is actually kind of cool for ice. I like. Yeah, no, there's a hole. Let's plug that up. Okay, so we're going to come in here like this. All right, so let's decrease the res again. And quick save it. Now let's just see what our poly count is at when that's done. Poly count right now is at 300K. Okay, that's fine. That's a good poly count for this. A little humid in here. Glasses are a bit foggy. There we go. Okay, and then I'm just going to build up a couple of maybe wall type things to help us feel like we're in like a mountain stream, and also to, again, limit our eyesight as to where things are going, so I don't have to worry too much about it afterward. The best part of most video game environments to me are that they very much limit where the player can go and where the player it even occurs to them to go without making that obvious. If you're obviously railroaded, then it's less cool. But got a Facebook ding. Maria, was that you? Okay, let me see. Someone's messaging me. Let me just check my sec. Hold on a sec. Yeah, no, I got it. Yeah. All right, no big deal. Just a meeting for tomorrow. It can wait till after I'm done this. And there we go. And maybe, I don't know if I'm gonna get up this far, but if I do, let's maybe do a second waterfall here. I think I'm gonna drop our polys one more time too. Up and up. I'm really inspired by the waterfalls I saw in Iceland last year when I was there with my girlfriend. That's kind of where I'm getting a lot of the inspiration for this from. I think I'm gonna want to build that up even more. Again, human sized, yeah. Okay, we're looking good. I want to flatten that. Okay, so there's our ground. Let's lower the res on it one more time. So it's tiny, but that's fine. So we're looking at it, again, human scale, sort of here, full of ice here. I think we're gonna leave that flat, and then the other water is gonna come down. There's an angle there that I like. We're gonna need some more rocks, and then we'll add in some of the post-apocalypse stuff, which I'm not entirely sure what we'll do. Okay, maybe, I think, again, let's pull this out just a touch, give us some more room. Let's maybe decrease the inner radius a little bit, make it a softer pull. I find often that I think things are bigger and then I get into Keyshot and it's actually not that large. And I've had that happen to me a couple times this week actually. So I just want to make sure that I get a space that's kind of as epic as I want it to be to start with. Turn it up. And all right, cool. So there's our base ground layer. Let's go with another new layer now. Hold on a second, I'm just gonna defog my glasses. Okay. Let's see. And I'm on layer 1. And I'm going to angle it because I am not in any way close to vertical. Is that better? That seems better. Cool. Maybe even a little more. Trying to make this right so I have less work to do afterward. Keyshot. Okay, cool. Layer 2. Covering the whole thing. Good deal. Let's go grab some rocks. We're going to start with rock shapes. I may have to smooth them over afterward to add the snow and stuff to it, but I want to start with some like cool cliff rock shapes. So let's actually, while I'm thinking about it, let's change the color on it to a gray so we know that these are rocks. I'm curious how I'm gonna texture this. I'm thinking possibly triplanar, so that in a triplanar mapping for a material, you basically put 3 materials for vertical, a front, and a side, and you can overlap them and set it the way you want it to be. So I'm thinking maybe I'll have a snow on the top and then a rock on the side materials, and then hopefully that will kind of work. I'm also maybe not worrying as much about leaving some of that there this time as I might otherwise, because that could just be snow, and that would be fine too. In fact, I think that's what's going to happen, is that's going to be snow. And that actually is looking really pretty cool for me. Almost going to put a couple underneath now. So they kind of peek out of the sides like that. And we're going to need to do something about water, but we also want to remember that this is our main waterfall area here. And that humans are actually small. So we need to think of it in terms of like, this is big. Couple rocks here. And at the bottom of the waterfall, I'm gonna have a rock here. Here. That's, I think, underwater. Let's turn it up like that. And just erase to there. Keep the poly count lower. Okay, we go with a new rock. Just to keep things kind of fun. Okay, I just got to keep track that I make sure that that stays as our level, so I don't have rocks floating in the air, because that would suck. And then, okay. So now, how to handle this. Think what I want to do for a water layer or an ice layer coming across it. So I want some cool like ice falling down here. Like this is cool actually because it does that, but I also want something on top of that. I got stick to this shape actually. But let's go to a new layer and decrease the res on it. Yeah, because I want it soft. Because I want to change the color to a nice desaturated blue. Come on. Am I outside the zone? No. Oh, I'm just small. And I'm going to fill in this area as if it's just ice coming down off our waterfall because it'll let me make it transparent later. And that should be cool. Kind of doing that. That's neat. I like that. That's a cool way of doing it, I think. Down and into there. Down. It's actually going to come over the edge. So there's actually a bit of a break between that and that. So you can go behind it, which is cool because ice kind of does that. Like it comes down like that, and then it gets washed out from underneath. So got that going there like that. Dude, I'm liking it. This is cool. I'm liking it enough actually that I think I'm gonna kind of change my idea a little bit. Let's keep this color. It's a cool color. But let's fill all of this now in with that ice, which will help me make sure that I got it right. Yes! Sweet! I hope I'm not the only one that gets excited about stuff like this, but I definitely do get excited about stuff like this. I'm gonna go to the smoothing tool and just smooth this down a bit. And kind of same here. Some of that sweet, sweet ice. And go back to clay. And this is gonna be a different texture than our snow. Actually, now I'm gonna go with another layer. So I can get the same thing, but have a bit of fidelity to it. Let's go with that. Ooh, no. Ooh, I don't want to do. I think, as I recall, thinking of some of Scout's cool brushes. I think she has some stuff that would be awesome. Is there a horn? I remember there being a horn. Maybe it was in natural. It wasn't in Scouts. It was in... Go away, move that out of the way so I can see better. Okay, it was in organic? Yes! Yes, it was. We got icicles. That's so cool! Look at that, guys. This is awesome. Look how sweet these icicles are. It just reads perfectly, too. It's exactly what I was looking for. Okay, let's go to the move tool. Run our layer. Bring it in like that. That's looking nice. Couple more. Okay. Looking cool. Let's do a save. Check our poly count. 2 million. We're doing great. Okay. Let's add some more icicles here, guys. Then go up to for ones that maybe have broken and connected it. Get rid of that. Kind of run it along the edge here. Like that. And again, we're getting outside of our realm of space, but that's our base. We're looking like that. Dude, I'm really digging it. It's just... Okay, that's wrong. We don't want to do it that way. Maybe this way? Yeah, that's better. Let's go to smooth. Clay. Okay, yep. Looking good. I feel like we definitely have a glacial polar waterfall now. It's gonna be up to me to texture it right, but the forms reading well. I feel like the space is also giving that sense of being big enough that I wanted it to be too, which is cool with me. More like crystal ice parts. So now that we've got that there, let's jump off of water for a minute and go back to our rock layer and grab another rock and go back to our gray. Put a couple here now in the middle. Now that we know where our water is going to be, just give it a bit more. A bit of oomph to it. There we go. That's cool, just to give us that sense of space. Okay, and those are going to have snow on top, like I said, versus anything else. In fact, so is our ice a little bit probably, but alrighty. So now let's quick save. Now we got to think about what we're going to do for post-apocalypse. So, I mean, one thing to do, and if I were making this as a full-on illustration, I would matte paint some giant crusty buildings in the background, and I think that would help us a lot. But I don't actually, like I said, I don't have time today to make a full illustration of this. So we need to do this in the 3D, and we need some foreground elements that reinforce that space. So what to do? I think the first thing I'm going to do is find, I'm looking for a specific, there we go. Let's go back to single and onto a new layer, increase the res, and set its color to that, just to give me something different. Okay. I'm gonna radius 100. Start laying some pieces in. Like there used to be a tower here. And now it's falling. I would say some kind of like, you know, Warden's Tower or something, like it's a park ranger maybe, but or just a building, but whatever it is, there used to be something here, and now there is not. And that's kind of what we want to think about. Housewares? Is there anything here we want to use? It's a bunny. No. Most of the stuff looks like it's too small to really. Although, if you've ever walked anywhere, you see that the crap like this happens. I say crap, but it's a toilet. I'm holding my hand, but you got stuff sort of randomly just left over all the time. So sure, we'll put a toilet there. I think definitely that the post-apocalypse part may get the short shrift on this. Which, yeah, it's okay. I want to grab, it's literally a jet engine. Let's put that on a new layer and increase the res. And we'll leave it just like that. It's like there's something left over there. So this is flat, that's angled. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna go back to this layer, go back to this shape, just so I can put it actually further into the image as well. Because my fear is right now, I'm pretty far. I have no idea where I'm standing in my living room, but I have a feeling it's dangerous. Throw that like there. And then even here, like this. So we've got some stuff now. Shrink it down, look at the whole scene. Does that give me enough? Probably not, honestly. I'm feeling a little bit bad. This was my worry with doing this, is that I wasn't going to be able to. I mean, I guess I could just build a building or something in the background, but um, screw it. Let's try something. I have no idea. All right, so it doesn't really matter how vertical we are. Let's go with new layer, decrease the res twice. Pick a square. How big can I make it? Pretty damn big. Nice. And I don't necessarily actually want it to be a square. Or something like that off. And it's leaning to the side, which is good. Now let's see if we can come back in. I'm just making a building. So literally, I'm gonna screw it up. So now we have something like this. Once I texture it, I think it could be okay. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. I can always just remove that layer if it doesn't work. But so now there's like a building off to the side. Let's give it on top. Custom built. Are there any cool shapes I want in here? Let's put it like that. It's got some like antennas and stuff on top. Where am I? How did I get over here? Wow. All right, that's better. Like the other side of the room, completely outside of my safe zone. Yes, I'm liking this shape. Let's use it in here as well. Throw some like internal looking things to this building. Just to give it that. All right. Yeah, I feel like that might work. Just gonna cut into it a bit more. And of course, the other fun thing of this is there needs to be snow on that building, which I have an idea for, I think. Yeah, I know how I'll do that. So we're down here at human scale. We're looking up. There's a building that way. Got parts here, got some stuff, got some ice. Yeah, no. If maybe I got that too. It's kind of cool. Some like broken parts. Okay, yeah. Okay, now it's feeling like a building. I don't know why it's that close to the. Let's move it away. Kind of like that. We don't want to be too close to our waterfall. In fact, I think the other one is still too close to our waterfall. Yeah, it's better. Excuse me. Okay. Cool. Let's quick save. So I think, let's see, we've hit Waterfall, we've hit Polar, we've hit Post-Apocalypse. I feel like that's working pretty well for me. I'm going to call this one as done, I believe. Export it, and we're still only at 3.7 million polys. We've kept it really low, which is good. I'm going to export it, texture it in KeyShot, and post it up online. I have some stuff I got to do this afternoon for a different kind of thing, so hopefully I'll get it done before then. If not, I'll put it up this evening, but it'll be up. Thanks again for following along. Thanks to Clark for the Reckless Deck. If you're on YouTube, I post these every morning at 10 a.m., at least through this week. I may have a studio gig starting next week that will stop that. We'll see. And on Twitch, again, every morning 10, you can subscribe here or watch the archives on YouTube. All right, guys, I will see you later. Have a great one, and bye-bye.